Well, I think a big focus this week was to a little less dribbling, a little quicker decision making, and just get the ball out in front of us, and better with our footwork, not over penetrate, and a couple of our mistakes they were definitely correctable. But that's we want to become a more efficient team on both ends of the floor, and the turnovers, as hard as we work defensively and as good as movement as we get offensively, there's no real sense in giving it back too much. I mean, when we play fast, there's going to be some. I get that, but I thought we understood this week that we needed to become more efficient, and we'll do the same here again next week, and hopefully continue to improve.
Coach, what would you say has been the big difference between the Juwan we've seen in the last 3 games, maybe on both ends of the court?
Well, I see him like that constantly. I don't know if I would say there's a big difference. He missed a lot of time, right? And I think it takes guys. We're still a product of that. I mean, our the togetherness, especially offensively, is where it really loses a little bit, and it takes time. Like James and Rob been together a lot, right? And they do a pretty good job together, just in the randomness of the game, and they still missed a lot of time. So I can see where that's improving, and those guys have played together for 2+ years, right? With everybody else, and especially in a case like Juwan, it just takes time to get that rhythm. It takes time to get that timing. Synergy is a good term, I guess, but I mean, just that it's not chemistry, because they get along fine, they move the ball well. It's just that it really getting a real feel for each other on the court. And he's very aggressive right now. And again, I think he's been playing real well from the beginning. I just see him getting more comfortable and more athletic with his movements because he's getting that much more comfortable in playing long stretches in full court, intense physical basketball.
At one point in the second half, you turned over the huddle to James, and I know this was something you talked about yesterday. You talked about
I did that last week, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not anything new. Yeah.
Why James in that situation?
Just because I chose to, because it's not anything I put a lot of thought into. It's just kind of what I think at that point. I changed the matchup right before the game too. I mean, it's just something. I mean, it's good. The biggest thing for these guys right now is just to have take that ownership and responsibility for each other inside of the game. And it takes time to build it. And there's. I think I said it like this. I mean, you're just looking for those opportunities where you can find a way to do it. And if it presents itself in a situation like that in the game, then like today, I'll take advantage of it. But it's not anything I overthink. I really don't. I mean, I don't go in with a set plan on that and start a lot smarter if I did, but I don't. I mean, I just kind of read the situation.
Coach, what's the key for how your guys defend the 3?
We're not overhelping. I mean, I think when we, in its simplest terms, and it's a lot harder to do than it sounds, because you want to help on the ball and penetration. But we spend a lot of time not trying to overreact to the basketball, especially when guys are in the corners. I thought today, because of the myrated screens that they ran a lot of singles, double staggers, double stagger into a double stagger. We had to really be good. And then there were certain lineups that they would present where we were switching or where we weren't switching, and I thought our guys did a pretty solid job of that. So that's the biggest thing: is don't overreact to the ball. And does that mean we may give up a few drives to the baskets here and there? Probably, but we'd rather do that than give guys open 3-point shots, especially in the league that we're in and with the competition that we face. I thought our 3-point defense today was really good because, again, number 3. We're shooting 50% coming into the game. Number 23, we're shooting 57% coming into the game. One went 1 of 9, or 1 of 8, and one went 0 of 1. I think 0 of 1, right?
Yeah.
23.
23 0.
Yeah, 1, yeah. So, I mean, I thought that was really good.
I know it's kind of a bigger picture question, but how far do you feel like Josh has come in terms of maybe gaining some of the comfort just with these guys on the floor, and where does he still need to improve?
I just got to improve in all areas, really, and the big thing this week was his explosiveness with the ball, his steps, and building his stride, playing with great speed. There's no question when I watch the film of our turnovers and things like that. I'm not. I'm overreacting, and I don't think I'm overreacting because we have to get them fixed. But there's certain parts that we just have to get better at. But there's some that's just going to take some time for that togetherness that I'm talking about on the court because of the fact that it's his first year he hadn't been in that situation before, and because guys are getting used to playing with each other. That's why I always feel like we're going to continue to improve. So he's got as much improvement to make as anybody else. But I would tell you that James Blackman, Thomas Bryant, OG, Juwan, Rob, they're in the same boat. I mean, if we're going to keep getting better and better, they've all got to get better and better. So he's improving, there's no doubt, but I think he's got a lot of room to improve. And that's a good thing. It's certainly not a bad thing.
How valuable is it to have a consistent scorer like James for your offense?
I think it's valuable to have a consistent scoring team. I think that's the most important thing. And so I'm certainly not going to single out one guy, especially when we had numerous guys in double figures. The biggest thing for James is like today with the tough first half, is don't get down and focus on why you're missing. Focus on what you need to do defensively and continue to rebound the ball and moving the ball to other people. And I think in the second half, he played with a much better energy. What did he end up with? 18. Yeah, so he made one field goal in the first half. Is that right?
No, he made 3.
In the first half. Okay, so it was better in the second half because I thought his focus defensively and his talk, like in the huddle, things like that, were good for him. And so that's the most important thing.
You mentioned pregame radio that OG's cleared. I guess what level of effectiveness would you anticipate for him come the Butler?
I can't. Well, come on, Jeff. I can't predict that. I mean, that's 7 days away. I mean, where the bottom line is he's starting to do more, but he's not feeling it yet. So I mean, he was cleared today, but the bottom line is just the comfort level. So I can't predict tomorrow, let alone what it's going to be like next week.
But you would anticipate.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, our communication is really good on what do you feel, I don't think he would have felt comfortable enough to play today, no matter what the opponent was. But he's getting closer to it, and so. But again, it's being cleared, and then you want him to feel really good about where he's at, and that's what we just have to work through and take some time to get there.
How is Zach able to have such a noticeable impact on the floor without really shooting the ball?
Moves the ball, rebounds, hustle plays like you saw today. Constantly in movement, I mean, it's that ball's not in his hands very long. Certainly we need him to continue. He can really shoot the ball, and he just hasn't. He's such a willing passer, such a ball mover. And there'll be some nights where he just knocks down shots. And he does it in practice, and he's really improved his shooting here. I think he's improved so many aspects, but he's very, very valuable. That's why his plus minus is so high, because he makes hustle plays and he makes the game easier for everybody else. That's the best answer I could give you.
Freddie is slowly kind of coming into form. Where do you see him?
He had a very good week. He improved this week. He strung good days together. And it was a good week for us to focus on that. I think last week probably affected or hurt. I think the last couple weeks probably hurt a guy like that as much as anybody else, because we didn't get that full throttle practice time. And everybody gets coached every day, but then there's certain days like this week where we could really pinpoint a couple things to help him. And he works very hard. I was very happy for him. And he earned it, and hopefully he'll continue to stay on that path. But his is so much about playing with that energy, not getting down on himself, making the game simple. And I think when you see his body, you see his athleticism, you see what we see in the sense that he could become an outstanding defender, excellent at cutting, posting. He's going to become a much better shooter because he works very hard at it. We spend a lot of time at that. He's getting better with the ball handling. So I love the week that he had, and I thought he's exactly what you want. You want to have a really good week and then culminate it with a good game.